All right, Green Bay fans. All right. So I don't have every single stat. I listened to the game from the Packer website on the radio. So it was Wayne Larrabee, our play-by-play caller, and our color analyst Larry McCarron, the ex-Packer, the Rock. So I kind of, like I said, just basically got done about 10 minutes ago. Packers beat the Browns 23-10, and just by listening to the game, I haven't seen anything yet. The game comes on total access tomorrow at 7 in the morning, so I'll watch it, rewatch the game after I just heard it. But let's go through the stats. Keys of the game, basically the Packers, in my opinion, dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. Defensive line and offensive line dominated the game. Packers were victorious 23-10. Let's go through the highlights. Packers, third play of the game, Love hit Dontavian Wicks for a 65-yard touchdown pass, and that made it 7-0. And basically most of the starters were out after that. I heard that the Browns starters basically didn't play on defense, but the Browns did kick a field goal. It was 7-3. Emmanuel Wilson, our running back, rushed for a TD 14-3. Anders Carlson hit a 46-yarder 17-3 right before the half ended at first half. So the Packers were up 17-3 going into halftime. A lot of times the Packers went for it on fourth down. A lot of times Cleveland went for it on fourth down, even on their own side of the ball. One disappointing drive, the Packers tried to run the ball 3 times, I believe, with A.J. Dillon 3 times for 1 yard, and they couldn't get it. Now, I heard the line wasn't blocking that well, but you got to get a yard. Come on, A.J. You got to get a yard 3 times. And they went for it on fourth down. It didn't cost Green Bay because, like I said, it's preseason, but even Cleveland did not even score on that drive. It was on our own, like 41-yard line. But I'm almost sure he had 3 cracks at getting a yard, the Packer offense, and they didn't get it. And 3 times it was to A.J. Dillon. Coming out second half, Evan Williams, our rookie free safety, caused a fumble where Christian Welch recovered it. And the Packers had a short field, but they only got a field goal out of it. This one was Greg Joseph. He kicked a shorter field goal. It was 20-3 in the third quarter. Packers D, I said lots of pressure. D, I put. Kalen King had a nice tackle. Javon Bullard had a pretty nice play. Highlights of some of the players that I was listening to who was playing pretty well. I put Wilson, our running back. We had a tight end Wilson too. He played decent, but Wilson, our running back. DeBose, the receiver, had a couple nice catches. Clifford, the second string quarterback, and Pratt, I believe, played pretty well. Morgan Alexander did not play, our number one pick, and of course Alexander. Probably others didn't play either. Again, I'll have more updates when I watch the game tomorrow. I said quarterback Pratt in late third quarter. Packers were up 23-3 after another field goal by Carlson. This one was a little shorter. So Carlson kicked 2 of 2, 146-yarder, and I believe that was a 32-yarder that he kicked. And Greg Joseph kicked I believe it was like a 30-yarder also. So 3 for 3 for field goals. Packers were up 23-3. About 2:40 left in the third quarter. Zane Anderson had a couple nice tackles. Packers started the fourth quarter. The Browns were at our 11. We had a goal line stand, so we stopped them on fourth down. Brenton Cox had a couple of good pressures. He also gave up a couple of end arounds or outside contain. He gave up outside contain. I'm really pulling for him, but he had some problems with that last year. But he's getting some pressure. He did pick it up. Browns went for it again on fourth down. 9 minutes left, and they got it. They finally, they got it. Again, Welch, I said, Zach Morton had a couple nice plays. Browns had a TD call back, but then eventually that they would score with 5:44 left. Browns 1-yard TD run. As I said before, Evan Williams made the hit early third quarter, and Christian Welch recovered the fumble. I think I said that already. So anyways, 23-10. Larry McCarron said that he believed that Sean Ryan was the offensive lineman player of the game. He was an offensive lineman, Larry McCarron, so he favors offensive line. And Ryan went back from center and guard basically through the game. So he on the radio, he said he was the offensive line player of the game. Jarvie and Howard, our rookie free agent, had a 16-yard run with 4 minutes left. Still 23-10. And Julian Hicks had a nice acrobatic catch, they said, or kind of twisting catch. And he also had a 14-yard jet sweep run. And Jalen Wayne, Reggie Wayne's son, had another jet sweep run for a nice gain. This is all basically on the last drive. And then another strong run by Howard. Howard finished the game with 8 carries for 45 yards. He's the unrestricted free agent. 8 carries for 45 yards for Howard. They really ran him hard, especially on that last drive. I also heard that Travis Glover, our rookie offensive lineman, opened up a couple of good holes and played pretty well. And Emmanuel Wilson also had I think he might have had about 50 yards, 55 yards. I'd have to check on that when I watch it tomorrow. So all in all, what I liked about the game was the Packers dominating the line of scrimmage on both sides. That's what we're looking for. They stopped the run, and they pretty much ran the ball, controlled the game. The game was never in, you knew Green Bay was going to win the whole time, which is awesome. 23-10, handily, basically. The game was in hand. And they got one turnover. Green Bay got the turnover, meaning, they made Cleveland turn the ball over. And I don't think Green Bay turned the ball over at all. So all in all, that's basically what I got from listening. Go Pack Go, 1-0 preseason. They're in Denver next week. They have a practice with Denver next Friday, and then they play Denver Sunday for the second preseason game. All right, folks, you'll hear from me again. Go Pack Go. Have a great night.